Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a stack of articles today that honestly made me feel a little bad for the remora. You know, you picture a massive whale shark gliding through the ocean.
Right, with those sleek fish just stuck to their bellies. The sucker fish.
Exactly. It sounds like an insult. But the mission of today's deep dive is to show you that this isn't just some clingy passenger. The sources we're pulling from highlight a literal masterpiece of biological engineering.
Yeah, they've created the ultimate suction cup, so they can hitchhike at high speeds without falling off.
So let's unpack how they do it. If you look at the diagrams in the source material, the top of the remora's head looks weirdly flat. It looks exactly like the rubber sole of a sneaker.
That visual analogy is spot on. But the real twist here in the evolutionary history is that this shoe print isn't a mouth,
No, it is actually a dorsal fin.
which is wild. Over 32 million years, that spiky back fin effectively migrated to the top of the skull, flattened out, and just transformed into a mechanical tool.
But a simple suction cup would slide right off, right? Because sharks have that rough, scaly skin.
That is where the mechanics get really sophisticated. It is a two-step process with a seal and a lock.
And the seal starts with the jubilee muscle, which is just a great name.
It really is. That muscle traps venous blood in the lip of the disc, making it swell instantly. It creates this high-pressure vacuum seal that molds right to the rough scales.
But the seal alone wouldn't handle the drag of fast shark. That is where those rows of slats inside the disc come in, the lamellae. They look exactly like window blinds.
Window blinds covered in hundreds of microscopic spikes called spinnules.
And the physics here is the coolest part, because drag is what actually activates the lock. When water pushes the fish backward,
The slats stand up and drive those spikes in. The faster the host swims, the tighter the grip becomes.
it uses the shark's own speed against it. And then to release, the remora just swims forward.
The pressure drops, the slats fold flat, and they are free.
Looking at the energy charts in these papers, the remora puts in zero effort.
It is a completely passive system. Once they lock on, they don't flex a muscle. They can sleep while attached to a leaping dolphin.
They don't even use energy to breathe, do they?
Not really. It's a process called ram ventilation. The host's movement forces water right into the remora's mouth.
So they get a free ride and free oxygen. And food scraps, why do predators even tolerate them?
Well, it is a trade-off. The remora is essentially a mobile cleaning crew. They eat external parasites and dead skin.
So the host gets a spa treatment and the remora gets a first-class ticket through the ocean.
It is a pretty brilliant win-win.
To recap, we have a fish that took a fin, moved it to its face, and turned it into a blood-swelling, spike-filled vacuum so it never has to do any work again.
The ultimate freeloader.
It really leaves you with a provocative thought about survival. Nature shows us that sometimes the most effective way to survive isn't to be the strongest swimmer. It is to build the perfect tool to let someone else do the work for you.